As you have no doubt already heard, the GVD Samtic has destroyed the NTD Cyrene, flagship of the Sirius fleet. As bad as things look in Polaris, the situation in Sirius is even worse. Bosch has redeployed our battle group to reinforce NTF positions in that system. We arrive in Sirius in 6 hours. The 185th will be deployed immediately to rendezvous with the NTT Sunder. Our mission will be to escort the transport back to the Regulus jump node. The cargo on board the Sunder has been classified well beyond my level of clearance. Let's just say if the Sunder goes down, so do we. The Alliance is fighting to secure the Alpha Centauri and Deneb jump nodes, so intelligence believes the risk of engagement will be low. Of course, that's what they told us in Polaris, where we got jumped by half of a Sudan armada. Expect the unexpected, kids, and report to the flight deck at 1310 sharp. Dismissed.
Well, we've got a pretty massive support wing on this one. Welcome back to Freespace 2, guys. And I don't think I'm going to go Herc 1 for this mission. I'm going to go Herc 2 just so I can show you the updated fighter. Personally, I'm not too sure the Herc 1 isn't better for my flying style. But we don't have harpoons available to us, so that's annoying. So I'm going Hornet plus Tempest for this mission. So there's 20 fighters in this vicinity. That's an awful lot to just defend one transport. There's got to be a hell of an attack to break through that. Unless, of course, it's cruiser or above level, but I'm sure that this sort of escort means that things are going... Oh, wait, things are going badly wrong. What's that all about?
Mayday! Mayday! Reactor core breach on all fighters! Half the squad is down! Command, you copy? We've been set up. Alpha 1 and Beta 1 are traitors. We've been sabotaged.
Snipes, what have you done? I was expecting a normal escort mission, and suddenly half the squad blows up and the rest of the squad goes hostile. What's going on? Ugh. Anyway, take these guys out as fast as you can. I tend to use Tempests. The Hercs that you're up against are already pretty badly damaged, so just a couple of them. Just a couple of Tempests, generally just a normal shock will get through the shields. With the Herc Mark 1 I'd have the 6 lasers obviously to go through, but Herc Mark 2 is still fine. And that's pretty much all of them, so explain yourself.
Sorry I couldn't warn you, Alpha 1. I rigged these fighters with jamming devices and core detonators. The crew chief of the 185th is an allied operative, so she helped me out. These detonators were a piece of junk. I even followed the directions. At least we mopped up quickly. Spies like us call it sanitizing. The jamming devices should have blocked their transmissions to Rebel Command, but with the luck we're having, the NTF Armada will arrive any second now. Our mission, Alpha 1, is to hijack the NTT Sunder. The transport pilot is one of us, so he'll follow course. We need to make the rebels think the Sunder has been destroyed. A decoy transport will arrive in a few minutes.
Oh, that's just fine. Anything else you haven't told me yet? Like the Iceni's about to come pouring through that portal, whatever? You know, anything like that? At least I can say that Snipes is a realist. It's one reason I like him.
Stand easy, pilots. We received a partial transmission reporting a reactor core breach. What happened to your squad?
We were ambushed by an allied heavy recon unit flying some new kind of fighter. They splashed my squad and jumped before we could take them down.
New kind of fighter, huh? You can tell us all about it at your debriefing. Why don't you rearm and repair, and we'll help you finish your escort. We've got more backup in transit, Alpha and Beta. We just need to hold down the fort a few minutes.
Some of that transmission got through. I can't tell if they're onto us or not. Let's play their game for now. I've got some friends coming, so don't panic.
I like the idea of having friends as backup, especially when everything's gone completely memory skyward like it has here.
Alpha 1, engage Rebel fighters. Break to attack. Go, go, go!
And here we go again, but this time we've got some help. Hopefully these guys don't get off a transmission, but it looks like they're dropping like flies. Obviously the help that we have is a little bit better than just what myself and Snipes had to do early in the mission. Still, I've managed to nab myself a few kills here. Hercs can be quite easy to take down when you can get up close and personal with them, as long as you're not right in front of them. And I think that's the last of them.
Alpha 1, meet the 99th Skull, Special Operations Command, the elite of the elite. Those fighters they're flying are the Arinius class. As far as anyone else knows, they don't even exist. You see the Hamako, that's the new AWACS ship. We're using it to block all enemy transmissions. As long as that ship remains operational, no one on the outside will know what we're up to. As far as the NTF is concerned, we're still loyal and devoted rebel pilots. So watch the Hamako, alright? If we lose the AWACS, our cover's blown for good. The NTC Miley has jumped in. Watch the flak.
Yeah, he ain't kidding when he says watch the flak. That's an Aeolus class cruiser. An Aeolus class cruiser are pretty much anti-fighter cruisers. They really are not pleasant at all. However, we have Irini's fighters on our side, and they are about as good as it gets in this game, really. There are people who feel more comfortable in other fighters, but the Irini's is essentially an extremely heavy fighter. It's just it might be a bit cruel to call it an upgrade of the Herc, but it does just feel like it. You'd notice the Aeolus really pouring fire into me there, but I think we've got it.
Miley has been neutralized. Keep your eye on the ball, kid. We're almost there. But if that decoy doesn't stand here real soon, we'll have to bail.
And what I really mean by a upgraded Herc is that they have 8 primary beam weapons, or like laser cannons, whatever you want to call them. So, same theory as the Herc, basically. Everything in front of it is dead, along with the fact that they have incredibly high compatibility with all the game's weapons that aren't sort of heavy bombs, just means they're almost ideal.
Here comes the Hellespont, Aeolus class.
Wonderful, another Aeolus class cruiser. Now what I've done is that in this mission you do actually have control over the 2 Skull Wings, which are the Irini's fighters. I've sent one to guard the Sunder and one to guard the Hamako. The reason for that being, if you have to pay attention to both, and if you don't pay attention to both they will just die. You know, both of those ships, the Sunder and the Hamako, are incredibly weak.
Let's secure the area and bring it on home.
Sorry, just interrupted there by the arrival of a Deimos class corvette on our side, which is going to rip that Aeolus to pieces. But you will notice the Sunder's taking damage here, so I'd better drop these Hercs as fast as I can, or at least divert them away from the Sunder. Yeah, the Hamako, definitely the AWACS ship, that is particularly made of explodium on this mission, so you really have to make sure that it has people looking at it at all times, because otherwise you will lose it and that will be a major problem. Looks like we've got the vast majority of the fighters down now, though we still have a couple of Hercs around. Yeah, that's the end of that problem. And I think it's time that we take out this Aeolus, because it's left as the only threat, and the Sunder can just be taken apart by its flak fire if it gets in range. So we really want to drop this thing as fast as we possibly can. That said, as I said, it is an anti-fighter cruiser, and with all this flak coming out, I'd rather not get its attention when my hull integrity is as weak as it is.
You're taking out the Hellespont. Well done, people.
I really don't think I had too much to do with that, but I'm going to accept the applause anyway, because that's always a good thing. But yeah, I think that the old Deimos class corvette had a little bit more to do with it than me. Anyway, that's everything hostile in this area of space eliminated, so now it's just a case of trying to make sure that our plan isn't discovered. So I wonder what Snipes has got us this time. Anyway, I'm going to cut it here just for a little bit, and I'm going to let the Sunder head on towards the jump now, because nothing else interesting happens. And here we are back with the Sunder about to jump out, and there it goes. So what's the plan, Snipes?
We'll now scuttle this decoy transport. If the Rebs think we destroyed the Sunder, they won't know how much we know. We'll also be able to continue our covert operation. Of course, that's if they don't hang us for failing the mission. We might be pushing our luck here, but what the hell?
Yes, Snipes, you might want to recognise the difference between patting a lion on the head and sticking your hand in its mouth, and I think you're doing the latter. Unfortunately, I got a little bit of a bug on the speech here from Snipes, but he just told me to hold my position, so that's exactly what I'm not going to do. And we just wait for the... oh, here they are now.
This is the NTC-B Separate.
2nd Battle Group Regulus. What's your status, pilots? We were instructed to rendezvous with the transport.
Severin, you're late. Bassoon's blasted my entire squad and 2 cruisers out here. You want a rendezvous? Scan that debris field. That's the Sunder right there. You're a disgrace to the NTF, Severin. I'm filing a report.
Stand down, Beta 1. We followed our orders to the letter. Now get back to base before the Bassoons return. There's nothing more we can do out here.
You can tell that Snipes has done this before. That was some bluff, wasn't it? Well, we'll see if it's worked for us by the time we get back into our debriefing. Hopefully things aren't going to go too badly wrong for us, but I think that we're beginning to push our luck more than a little bit here.
Thanks to our heist, the Sunder is now in Allied custody. With our scan of the Iceni and the capture of the rebel transport, the GTVI can begin to unravel the secret of Bosch's ETAC project. The CO of the Severin has taken the brunt of Bosch's wrath for the Sunder's alleged destruction. The captain and his lieutenants have faced a summary court-martial and will be executed at 0700. When you sign up for the wrong outfit, you get what you deserve. This doesn't mean we're out of the woods yet. The Rebs are nuts, but they're not slow. It won't take them long to figure out our involvement in this attack, and the Bassoon ambush in Polaris was more than just coincidence. If it looks like they're onto you, your duty as an operative of the GTVI is to escape and report everything you know to Allied forces. Understood?
Why can't I just go home? That was some operation, though. It's a pretty tough mission, that. You really have to use your wingman quite well. And check that out, guys. I got credit for one of the Aeolus kills, so I'm taking down cruisers like a boss, it looks like here. Awesome. So we're going to continue our covert op next time. See you then.